very excited, and Igor said, I'm a bit nervous because a lot of unexpected things I'm sure it will happen on the road for us, and maybe we will need to take some insurance out.
Oh, yeah.
So how did the European tour go out?
Good. Very good, you know. We didn't really have anything that crazy.
Yep.
But it was a great tour, yeah. I think it's been one of my favorite tours I've done.
Really?
Crowd-wise and band-wise. Everything.
For you, Igor, as well?
Very positive tour.
For me, I might say that I was not enjoying touring for quite a while before I came on this tour. So for me, it was even better because it's been a few years when I was like not looking forward to go out on tour. So coming to this tour, I was already excited, and then at the end of this tour, I have this weird feeling where it's like it was quite fast for the amount of time that we were, because I think that what happens when you enjoy something. Because I've been on tours when it lasts a month and it looked like it was a year. So for me, today I'm like, wow,
it's already gone.
It's already gone, and so many good moments. So for me especially, because I lost a lot of the joy of touring through the years, you know, all the sacrifice and things like by leaving the family, and this tour I had a chance to be with, you know, some of my family, at least some really close part of my family with me the whole time. So I felt amazing, felt very comfortable, you know, different than the other times.
Incredible. Actually, this leads me to the next question. You know, how exciting was for you guys to play again together in places which you knew very well in Europe from your past years, let's say for 15 years ago, you know, places like Donington, like Astoria in London, even like here in Switzerland, Zürich, or in Milano.
Great,
How did it feel? Was it any like time travel sort of feelings which you got? Was any revival of the old feelings?
Funny enough, not really. It felt really new.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know, maybe because it is new and because I don't know, the world changed so much, you know, like, you know, the metal scene today is very different from when we started. But to me, everything felt fresh and exciting, you know, so it's good because sometimes you go on tour and it gets real boring. Oh man, same shit every day. Same routine, you know. It didn't feel like that at all. It felt like new. Every day was like, oh wow, that's cool. New excitement, new crowd, new, even new reaction. Some places were more mosh pit. Some places would be no mosh pit. You know, like everybody react different. You know.
Have you managed to spot, like in the audience, the old guys, let's call it, your old fans, your old Tribe fans, and the newer, younger fans which grew up with more Soulfly and Cavalera Conspiracy? Managed to spot this a bit in the audience, or?
Man, it's been mostly festivals, and so it's a lot of people.
Yep.
You know, sometimes 30, 40, 50,000. So much combined too, right?
Yeah.
It's difficult to...
Actually, the thing I can that I can really notice is how there is lots of young and lots also of people around our age, some older, but it's mixed, you know. Like for me it was cool. I done tours in the past, like with Motorhead, where I was like, man, there's not a young guy here, man, it's all like older. And I done also tours where it's just kids. So I like this because it's a mix of a bunch of different age, and that's what I can't really pick like a face of like a very young, you know, new fan or an old fan there, but I know they're there, both of them, because I can see kind of like the age thing in the front. So for me that's cool, you know. That shows that we're doing something not only part of our history, but also making history right now with these young kids that are coming. You know?
Maybe this public audience, just a funny thought which came into my head. You could like visualize it by mosh pits mainly by the teenagers, and then the more calm people just nodding the heads, being the our age guys?
Not really.
Not really, man. Yeah.
The mosh pit, there was some crazy older guys too.
Yeah, I think especially all the like hardcore kids, but you could see some old school people usually in the, especially when you had like a very violent mosh pit, you can spot some, and usually they're not young kids.
So still keeping the
Yeah.
vibe going.
Yeah, so
and
it's like some old motherfuckers that know that shit, you know, for a long time.
And we had a great one on
Yeah.
and they were like keeping the energy inside,
Oh, yeah.
preserving the
Yeah.
the energy for the right moment just to unleash it.
Some of the crowds on this tour were nuts, really crazy. Like Donington Download, we got the biggest pit. I think it's the biggest pit in the history of Download, even in internet.
Yeah.
The people were talking after the show,
Yeah.
mesmerized, like, because it was just really intense. Igor is the one that Igor asked them to open the biggest pit
Yeah.
they can open, and they did.
Because the thing is, as we played the show, I saw the mosh pit getting bigger and bigger, and then for the last song I was like, man, we should ask to have the biggest mosh pit ever and see what happens. And Max was like, here's the microphone, and I was like, oh shit. So I said it, you know, it's like, let's try to make this the biggest pit ever at Donington. And it was. I was like, once we start playing the song, I was like, what, like, you know, the thoughts that came into Max's mind in the beginning, call the ambulance, you know, because we know some people were going crazy.
They listen more to Igor than me. So when Igor asked that, me, I had to keep asking, you know, they're like ignoring me.
Actually, they never heard my voice. That's probably either.
Yeah.
Yeah, we better do something because we never speak. That guy never spoke.
It's been cool thing like that on this tour.
Yeah.
It's very spontaneous.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about it. Of course, not every night's like that, because a tour is a tour, you know, so some nights a little bit slower, you know, but in overall, it's been one of the most spontaneous tours I've done, at least my part, that I've seen, that it's actually a little bit different every night somehow. Something is different, something happened different, some change in the song, some reaction, so that keeps it interesting.
Yeah.
So it was really like Max just said, spontaneous, the most spontaneous tour which you guys did. So was reflecting the nature of the album of Inflicted, because Inflicted is a spontaneous album. Huh?
No, I think it totally follows what we did in the album as a live experience, and that's what I was expecting. If we did an album that was such spontaneous, that where we put a lot of our passion into it, and then we came to play live and it was so rehearsed and so to the point, that I was afraid it would lose the magic.
Right.
I never thought about it, but now thinking about it, I think it really follows what we did in the album. Where when we be playing live, I just look at Max and he'll be like, you know what? We're just gonna play this other song. And the other two guys, you know, Johnny and Mark, that's cool because they gotta be on their toes, like. And Max would just turn around and go like, you know what? Territory now. Boom. So it's like, for me, as a musician, that's pleasure, because I'm like, I wasn't ready to play this song right now, but it feels good to put that challenge in myself, because you know, don't matter what you do, if it becomes a routine, it gets boring.
Absolutely.